Hey, welcome to TDD.Academy. I'm your host, Lancer Kine, and we have over there solopreneur David Coons.
Hello, how are y'all?
And he's looking for an in at Tesla, folks, so
Yeah.
he's in the Dallas area.
I'll even take a car if you've got a used one.
All right, now I don't know where that's going. All right.
Nowhere.
Well, cool. So, wow, Joel Norman tells us that we're live on YouTube and MySpace. Oh, wow, that's cool. We're going to go collect up the hipsters now over in MySpace. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to get some indie rock bands listening to us.
How about that?
We do need theme music. That might be a good way. I was going to build something one day. Let's see here. So today we're doing some coding dojos, and we're using a coding dojo tool called Cyber-Dojo. And so today you're going to learn about Cyber-Dojo, how to get set up, how to decide what you want to do with Cyber-Dojo. And then folks, with the remaining time we have, we're going to start, I don't know, maybe finish, probably not. We have trouble on the finish part of the show, but that's what Thursday's for. We're going to do the show again on Thursday, and we're going to continue whatever we start today. And that will be learning, doing a coding kata, a TDD kata with .NET. So this is for the C# fans out there. We haven't given them any love yet, David. We've done Java on the show, we've done Swift, and we've done Kotlin. Have we done? Yes, we've done Kotlin.
Did a little Kotlin, yeah.
So, all right.
This will be new for me.
The .NET part will be?
Yeah, the .NET. I don't know whether to call it C# or .NET or what. So, I don't know that whole lexicon of tech words. So,
okay. So, folks, the show just a high level. It's going to go like this. We're going to look at a few slides. We're going to talk about how to use Cyber-Dojo, and then we're going to get into the coding dojo part of the show where we're actually going to write some code. And in that part of the show, you get to interact however you care to. We can do ensemble programming and where we work together in the same IDE, or you could go, you know what, Lance? I'm way better than you guys. I'm just going to do the kata by myself. And we will enable that. We will give you a link to do that as well. You know what, David? My studio lighting isn't on. My makeup isn't showing up correctly. Yeah. Hang on a second. I'm going to step off camera. Tell him a joke, David.
Tell him a joke. What happens when 3 programmers walk into a bar? They have a drink. I think that's it. Okay. All right. That was the joke. That was fun.
Was it a good joke? I missed it. David's like, damn it! I'm gonna have to have my go-to joke website which pops up.
Yeah.
Cool. So those of you who are probably Joel Norman, he probably has his own stream box where he hits a button and it turns on his studio lighting. So he's right now thinking about how many levels he's ahead of me. But it's a competitive environment over on the internets. So, all right. Well, let's learn something about Cyber-Dojo. All right. So let's take a look at what we got here on the slide deck. We're getting all fancy and corporate-y today. David, I don't know if you're able to see it other than on the live stream. So that's true.
No, I can't.
Okay. Can you see it on the live stream?
I'll go to live stream and see if I can see it.
I don't know. Oh, I could share from Zoom. That's true. I could do that.
Yeah,
that might work better. I could share from Zoom, and we should maybe consider that later.
I can see it.
All right, so this is about improving your skills, folks, because, back in the day when people like us were making iron horseshoes and wagon wheels, technology moved at a different rate. We had to move from wooden wagon wheels to an iron band on the outside wagon wheels, and maybe that might take 20, 30 years, and then we change how we do the hubs on the wagon. But now we're constantly learning new stuff, and so we need to think about how we keep up with all that rate of change. And so coding dojos are a great way to do that. And so let's talk about this tool called Cyber-Dojo, which is free to use if it's for non-commercial, non-profit purposes. If you are using it for profit purposes, you can get a license for that. And it helps support the Cyber-Dojo Foundation. All right, so...
I just heard that they're going to be porting tomorrow their environment to AWS.
Get out of here. Really?
That's
oh, wow,
what
you
I
got
heard.
David's apparently got his finger on the pulse here.
Got my finger on the pulse, yeah.
Well, by the way, if you are a listener of Agile Thoughts, you'd already know all this because we talked about it on Agile Thoughts. So after this show, you could go over, you can Google up Agile Thoughts Cyber-Dojo, and you will find the series that ran on you that talked about Cyber-Dojo, tips for using Cyber-Dojo, and how you can contribute.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So do you know John Jaeger?
That's who told me this on a tweet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
John must be the instigator of Cyber-Dojo-ness.
He's the original creator.
He's the
He
cyber
built
man.
it to learn web development. You know, he was a back-end developer, and he said he got a good excuse to build a web interface and hook it to an IDE. Looks like I'm all over in the way of my slide. So let me crouch down here and tell you what you see. So, you know, when you're doing a coding dojo, you have to decide on your goals. You're going to need to think about either using, you could, like today, we're going to use a pre-set up coding exercise that's right there in the list that you see over on the screen.
Black box. Yeah.
Black box is Cyber-Dojo. You'll see the link there, cyberdojo.org. You get to select your programming language. You get to select what kind of class. And today we prepped for both. We prepped for an ensemble where we can work together in one IDE, in one environment. And we also have a link to do a classroom practice where you have your own IDE. And there's the ability for people to sort of check in on you to see how things are going. So today we can do a mix, and there's a couple IDs there. We'll put them we'll copy paste them into the chats. But if you want to take a quick screenshot, go ahead and grab it. So those are the two IDEs. One's for the classroom for an individual IDE, and the other one is the one we'll use for the ensemble. To give you a little bit of a warm-up, so now that you have the IDs, the ID to the class, whether it's the classroom or to the ensemble, you want to click on number one screen, you want to click existing practice, and then on the number two picture, you want to paste in that ID. And number three, since you're just entering in for the first time, you want to enter the group with a new avatar. Otherwise, you'll get an old avatar, and I have no idea what that would look like. But so everybody gets the system is built around being anonymous. Anonymity. Oh, it's so hard to say. A couple other things to learn. So Cyber-Dojos, you know what, David? Every time you run a test in Cyber-Dojo, do you know what this thing does?
Test?
Yeah, I know. Well, come on, don't out yourself yet, David. we like to have opposites on TDD.Academy. It helps, give us material. But, if you run the test, if you don't run the test, David, you know what won't happen?
It won't turn
That's
green.
one thing. And number two, in Cyber-Dojo, it won't even check in your code.
Oh, wow. It auto-checks in your code and auto-runs your test
baby.
for you.
So you have to. If you care about checking your code, you have to run a test. Now,
And what are those red dots up there?
Well, this pair of dots here shows when you click on the test run, that means the test failed 2 times in a row by this fellow who looks like a bluefish, I think. I forgot. I believe that will be me when I get in. It'll have me ID'd.
That's a
Is it
whale.
a whale? Top-down view. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So I'm the blue whale. Now, because of how that works, David, like if you look on screen 3, you can back up and you can click on past tests, see how the dots build up left to right. You can back up and you can look at the difference between the current latest state and the previous state. So you can go like, I wonder why that test failed, and you can back it up. I don't know if you can restore it. I haven't played with that. You can see there's a revert and a fork. Oh, okay, there we are. That answered that question. So there's a lot of cool stuff built onto that aesthetic.
So a built-in continuous integration environment to your IDE.
Yeah.
Wow. That's like somebody was thinking
Yeah.
ahead.
That's how John rolls. He's continuously been improving on this thing for about 10 years. I can't remember exactly the Boron date. Okay, so now there's a little bit of a quirk when mobbing. So Cyber-Dojo isn't a reactive program, meaning when all of us will be in there at the same time, if somebody updates the code and runs the test, the other screens out there in the world won't be updated. So it's good to say, I'm running the test, and then after the test is executed, if you're going to change drivers, you need to refresh your screen. Hey, Doug, we got on Snoop Dogg Couts is joined the stream. Good to see you. So so when you're mobbing, there's a little bit of a quirk. You see on the picture, it says a mobbing question mark, and it says failed to save the traffic light. Are you mobbing in a practice session? If so, refresh your browser to resync. So it'll tell you what to do. It's pretty safe that way. I suppose if we all go crazy and we start doing something at once, it might be kind of entertaining, but we'll find out. All right, so the main point is when we change drivers, when somebody wants to drive, they should refresh their browser screen, and they'll make sure their content's up to date. What do you think, David? Any questions? Or any questions on the call?
No, maybe somebody else has questions. So do you want me to log into the Cyber-Dojo site with those?
Yeah, I'm going to paste those in the chat, and for sure everybody will log in. That'll be the next step, is to get started on the Kata. I don't think I have another slide. You done? Yep, that's it. So, folks, we're going to go into the Coding Dojo. I'm checking in on. By the way, the Restream chat looks like it works pretty good. I see two-way chat, and David, if you get a chance in YouTube chat, say hi, and I'll see if I can see you show up here.
Yeah, I can't find.
But it's not a giant deal. So I'm going to copy paste these things into the chat, and we can get started. All right. So the ID I'm going to paste in is for the ensemble, and it will say that ensemble : That's the one that David and I will be using. Oh, I see chatting might work from David Kunst. Wow, this is working pretty well, Restream.io. I'm so happy. I don't have to I was trying to figure out, David, how are we going to have 2 streams going on YouTube and LinkedIn, and how are we going to be able to follow what's going on?
Oh yeah, it's going to be terrible. Crazy.
Hey, we had a drop in. We have a drop in from a science fiction author, Robbie Sheen. He's dropping in, just say what are you guys doing? Hey, Robbie. He's going to be, we're recording a show with him on Saturday. Okay, and then the other ID is for the classroom. So only use this if you don't want us to watch you carefully and you want to go at your own pace.
Cyber-Dojo then does some sort of reading your code out to you or in radio talk speak.
Excuse me? I don't know about that. Maybe your accessibility is turned on.
No, no, it didn't. It didn't read it out loud. It just before it popped me to a new window, it printed it on the screen.
Printed it on the screen. I'm not sure.
The code, the QL18K.
Oh yeah, right. It tells you if you're into that, so you can phonetically spell it to somebody over the phone.
Yeah.
So today, Robbie, he's going to learn how to do software development today if he hangs with us. So, folks, go ahead and click on Cyber-Dojo.org and then paste in. If you want to join David and I as an ensemble, join the ensemble using the ensemble code. If you want to work on it alone, meaning you can listen to us talk about what we're doing, and you can work alone. You can ignore us, or you could hang up the call and go work alone. All those things are possible. But the ensemble will be where the social action is. All right. So I'm going to join. Are you in there?
And the ensemble code is QL18K capital J.
Yeah. And
which you can't paste from that screenshot that I took.
Yeah, no, I've been pasting it into the chat. However, I'm not convinced I'm seeing it in LinkedIn because I don't see it going out in LinkedIn. So let me check on that. Hey, Joel, are you getting the chat messages I pasted in? Let's see if I can paste it in. I might have to handle that. Paste. Oh, no. All right. So I'm going to log on to LinkedIn and get those messages sent over because I'm not sure how well the chat works. It's experimental. I have to figure out how to get into my own live stream. Where are you? Should be under notification. Ah, here we are. Chat. Comments. Oh, it's over here. Okay, cool. Yeah, and so looks like Restream isn't. I'm reading people's chats coming from LinkedIn, but it's not taking my inputs into there. Wow, we're doing some crazy stuff on the screen.
A one-way chat. How marvelous.
All right. So let me use this window and get into Cyber-Dojo. Enter an existing practice. Copy, paste in the ID for the classroom, and enter the group with an existing avatar, because I want the blue whale. Oh, I still got the blue whale. Oh, it's a tuna, David. That's a tuna, not a whale.
The tuna. How about that? I don't see my avatar anywhere. I don't know what I'm...
It will happen if you type in something. So, by the way, folks, you've just entered the practice. You will see that we are in a coding dojo right now called 100 Doors. So this takes me back to my ACM, Association of Computing Machinery, contest days where we competed with other colleges to solve these problems faster than the other team. So here's the text. Okay. It's there in the README. So we're going to be working on those doors. We'll come back to that. Over here in Hiker CS, there's some code. And I don't know, David, what do you think was the first thing we should do now that we entered an environment? No, don't say it.
Make it work.
Do you want to do the honors, David?
I'm going to hit the test button and see what happens. Oh, wow. I got a little spinning dojo symbol and a bunch of errors on the screen.
Not really errors? I don't know. Shouldn't be.
Errors, failures, and warnings.
You've got to be pulling my leg.
Failed. hiker tests life, the universe, and everything. Expected 42, obviously, but it was 36.
Snap! I don't know what you're seeing.
So we failed the first test, but at least it's running. So that's good.
Oh, okay. So the test failed. Awesome. And if I hit refresh, I should see the failure you're referring to up here, but I'm not. I'm only seeing the blue ball. Did it really fail, or did it pass? Because it says it's passed the last 4 times.
My test failed. I'm gonna passed. You got green balls?
I do. All right, I'm gonna change the answer.
I've got red ones. Are we in the same dojo?
Well, that's a good question. Let's see. So here's the code up here, K3Z. Is that what you have up in the upper, kind of the upper left area above your icon of your avatar?
No, I don't see an avatar, but no, I don't have a KG. I got a QL18KJ.
All right, what happened here? I'm in the classroom, David. All right, my apologies. I decided to go solo. Okay, let me get out of this one.
And you've got an infinitely repeating screen on the YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, that was earlier.
Much better. Okay. Much better.
All right. Oh, I see the failures. All right, I'm on the same page now. Cool. So, yeah. So what do we have to do to make this baby pass?
We've got to change our code in hiker is multiplying 3 by 12. So we probably want to add something to it. 3 by 12 is 36. 36 and 6 would be about the right answer. So I'm going to add a 6 in there and see what happens and run the test again. Running the test.
Right. And I'm experimenting with refreshing. So if I click off and click on, do I see the update? No.
So I got the output for hiker, and it says run settings, blah, 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 number of test workers 2, test run summary, test count 1, comma, passed.
Yeah, yay! I mean, you got the green ball right away. I noticed that. I just did a refresh thinking, I wonder what's going on. And I see the change. So cool. I think we got a working system. Looks like the environment works. I'm just going to take a quick look at the shell just because, I don't know, let's see what's going on. Looks like we're using Mono on Linux, and I'm not familiar with MCS, but must be a build tool. Cool, but these are things we shouldn't have to change. So okay, we are now, folks, if you have any questions, say something on chat, and we'll help you out. Otherwise, we're going to continue solving now the problem that we're here to solve, which is the doors problem. Yeah, so I'm reading through this. 100 doors in a row are all initially closed. So it's like a big hallway, a lot of doors. You make 100 passes by the doors. Okay, so we get 100. We have a constraint. The first time through, you visit every door and toggle the door. If the door is closed, you open it. If it is open, you close it. Okay, they're all initially closed. All right. The second time, this is going to be a brain teaser, I'm sure. The second time, you only visit every second door. The third time, every third door. Until you only visit the 100th
fourth time. Every fourth door, and the fifth time every fifth door, until you only visit the 100th door, meaning that you've run your 100 passes.
Yeah. And so that eventually we get to the 100th step, and there's only the last door. So what are the state of the doors after the last pass, which are open and which are closed? Now, if we were really smart, maybe we'd just be able to blurt the answer out because we just know. But I don't have it. I don't know where you're at, David, but I don't think I'm smart enough to just figure that out in my head.
No, I'd have to run a simulation in my head.
Oh, you're going to do it? Okay.
in my head, I'd have to simulate it. You know, if I were one of those smart mathematicians, I might come up with the answer like 51.
Right. And maybe that was it too. But
Yeah, but I'd have to
but
prove
you have to
it.
say
Yeah.
out of all of the doors, what are open and what are closed. So you got to report out more than just 51.
No, the question is what state are the doors in after the last
Yeah.
pass? It says which are open and which are closed, not how
Right.
many. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it does want to.
Seems like it seems like I'm going to say this and then we can regret it later. It seems like it is fairly easy to code type of a problem, but I can't guess what the final answer will be. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You're toggling. Yeah, it kind of depends on how many times you visit each door, and
yeah, right. Well, okay. So if I was to do
even
this in my head,
number.
I would try to break it down to the smallest chunk, like maybe 4 doors, right? And then I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So first pass, would they be able to close? Or would they be able to open? The second pass, we would close.
Can we write in this README file? Can we write in this
Yeah.
README
Oh, hey,
file?
go for it. It's an ensemble, David. You could change anything right now, but it won't persist it till you run the tests.
It won't?
It
Okay,
so
you
it.
can't
You can
until I
change
run
it. Yeah, you can change it. It's just it won't check it in. It's
I see.
yeah.
Check in and then push it out to everybody else.
I don't know. Now we're getting into details I'm not sure about.
Yeah. So if I had a loop out here
I'm gonna have to.
that was looping over the whole 100 times I get to try this whole experiment.
Yeah, I can't actually watch you type.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
So we
isn't
discovered that you have to check it in, like you said, in order before it pushes it out to everyone. Oh, except it doesn't push. You have to refresh. Yeah, we really want a reactive app. That's really the best way. But John's busy. Oh, but we can contribute to
Maybe he's working on that.
It's open source. You can contribute.
Then I'm going to need like 100 objects called doors.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple, right? We could do object-oriented way. We could do an array with Booleans, and then just agree that true, false means open, close. Yeah. I'm trying to think if we do objects, is that better or worse? For our situation, I don't know what an object will add other than this. If we decide we need more than a Boolean, then we can add more to it. But if, we're making a, Booleans are funny. If you do that, you're making a commitment. Hey, Julian, I see you there. One of my colleagues from China who does Agile consulting out there has joined us. I suspect he's moved to LA. At least that was the last word I heard, is he was planning on that.
All right.
So Julian, maybe he's smart enough.
If I had 100,
Go ahead, David.
If I had 100 doors, all I need on that door is a toggle operation and a report out operation, right?
Yeah. I wonder. You should just hit run test so I can see what you're typing. That way, yeah.
I did that once before. Did
Oh,
you
I'm
not?
sorry. I didn't hit
You've got
refresh.
to be in the README text
There it is.
file.
May I right here. For loop 100 experiment. All right, cool. So, what's our first move, David? We should probably bust out some code. What are we gonna? What kind of .cs file do we need here?
Oh, a .cs file. Let me see. We need a door CS file,
Yeah.
don't we? We're going to make a door? Or are we going to make an array of doors?
I'm still ambivalent.
Hallway.
Have you just? I could go either way.
Okay.
I feel like the array's going to be, if we're sitting there worried about execution speed, which we're really not, it's 100. So it doesn't matter. It might be simpler if we use an array of Booleans,
Yeah,
but I
let's
just
do
know
an
this,
array
David. I
of,
don't know how many times I've done that, and then later thought, oh, I got to add something else to each door now. But when I look at the requirements, I'm not seeing it in the necessity for anything fancier than an array of Booleans. So I say we go for it, and then we'll think, oh, we should have always done the more flexible way because that always paints us in the corner.
Okay. So let's make a hallway.
All right.
Yeah. The hallway will have. I don't know enough. How do you add? I'll bet that plus button up there creates a file. All right. So you
It's
create
there
a
now.
file. Okay.
And I'm going to. Oh yeah. We need a. I'm reminding myself of the syntax. So it's basically Java, but yeah, it's basically Java. There'll be some differences, but so it looks like I don't have to import anything though. So I just got to type in stuff. So we just need a. We can probably write a function, but I don't remember how to do that. So let's just keep it OO for now. So public.
There's a function. There's a function over there on Hiker.
Oh. Well, no, I mean,
The,
I'm putting a class, is what I meant to say.
oh,
I'm creating a
okay.
class.
I still can't see
Oh.
it yet.
Oh. Okay.
Refreshing
Hang on a second. Well, let me help out a little bit here. So you're at the same disadvantage as the world is, but I can share in Zoom. So I'm giving you more, I guess. Well, probably what
More
people do when they
pixels
use
to watch.
Cyber-Dojo, they're probably sharing their screen. Somebody is.
Okay.
All right, cool. Public.
Oh, I see where you are now. I can help out.
All right, you were saying some other stuff. So we have a class now.
All right.
Here, let's see if it
All right.
compiles. It says I didn't have the latest version. All right.
The latest.
Well, maybe somebody typed something.
Okay.
All right, so I lost my hallway. Apparently I was on a branch. Hallway.
Put a public in front of the class. Public class. Hallway. All right. Now see if that compiles.
Doug saying,
Woohoo! Green ball.
okay, so it compiled.
All right. We're done.
The
A
test
hallway.
passed.
We have
The
a
test
hallway.
passed.
It's an empty. Right now, it's an empty hallway.
David,
We need a. Yeah.
I think we should do some TDD.
Oh man.
Nobody's yelling at us. Joel, he must be distracted.
No,
He's watching Netflix while he's watching this live stream, I have a feeling. But
Yeah. That must be it. Okay, so.
Julian, you should have
go
said
out
something,
there
man.
Go out there and let's see. Let's make ourselves a test fixture and test and stuff.
All right.
And if you look at the hiker test.cs, you need an in-unit framework. Oh, I see what you're going to do. You can just up and.
All right. I want my template. All right, here we are. And not this
hallway
stuff.
test.
All right, so if we have a hallway, what message are we sending to it to do this work?
I think we should send the message, report your state, or tell me if I've won. Report all the doors open and closed.
Okay, cool.
Something like that.
State. What would you say? Hallway dot who's
Hallway.
just status, I guess. That's kind of geeky, but
Yeah. Or hallway door status.
that works for me. I mean, I could use this in my house if it could tell me if the doors are all locked, so I don't have to go check the doors each night.
And so here's a question for us. Do we want, like I started out first, I said 51 might be the right answer. Do we want it just to report a number, which would be easier? Or do we want it to report open, closed, close, open, and then we'd have to like look through that list?
That's a good question. So we have to be careful with that one. So let me, yeah, you're thinking ahead. Let me finish this, and we're going to create a hallway, equal hallway, new hallway, and then we're going to go down here, and now we have to answer your question. It's like, what's the story? So I want to read the requirements again because I'm not sure what we have to do here. What state are the doors in after the last pass? All right, so here's the thing. If you have to say door number 5 is open or closed, we have to have a list. If you don't need to say that, and if you just need to like come back with a number of doors that are open or a number of doors that are closed, then you don't care. My gut says we probably need to do the list, because if we get too short of a cut, there's an even higher chance than I was talking about before. If we do the Booleans as a type of a primitive shortcut, if we don't know the status of each door, I'm going to say that might bite us in the butt. So let's go ahead and return a list. So the list can be an array of
all right.
What string? It could be an array of Booleans. Yeah. Let's see. We're storing Booleans. Why wouldn't we just keep it an array of Booleans? And then our array is already a list. That's true. And so most of the work that we're doing is about adding functionality to process the list and come up with smart answers. So
yeah. So aren't we supposed to be writing the test here?
Oh, yeah. Good, man. Okay. So,
all right. So let's fake it for the first one and just say the answer is 42. We're expecting 40.
I would like to type in our list, but now we have to type in 100 things. That's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, that's yucky.
Ooh, yeah. So the effect of having to write a test for a big list is a pain. Wow, let's think about that. So we could do, there's a couple shortcuts. We could, like, rather than get a whole list, we could just get, you go door by door. Hey, door number 1, are you open or closed? Hey, door number 2, are you open or closed? Rather than, what if we did that? So you go like hallway, dot door.
Next door.
Open.
Door.net.
Let's see. So we're in .NET. I think it's a lot like Java, where they go is door open, and you pass in an integer, like door number 0, and then we can get back an answer. Oops, I got that in the wrong spot. Are you buying that? And then we're back to Booleans again.
That.
And our initial state is closed. Except it's probably capital F. There we are. Oh yeah. Just FYI, one of the things about Cyber-Dojo is you think you get IntelliSense as well. So we're going to probably have to do some Googling, and I have to remember to use semicolons again. All right, so we have a new hallway. We're going to assert it's false, that the doorway is open, and we could still build another function around that returns, a bigger list if we care to. But this will be.
But let's get the first.
Otherwise, we have to write 100 blah 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 if we try to go for the big list right away.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can make that pass. Let's see if it passes.
All right, expect a nasty
that
compile error here. All right.
Okay.
False does not exist in the current context. Hallway does not contain identifier for is doors open. Hey, David, do you want to drive a little bit, or anybody else on the call? If you're in the game, if you're in this IDE, you can drive. Just give us a message so we kind of know what's going on. Oh, Doug.
You solved the false problem, and I'm going to try and solve the is door open problem. So I'm going to write an is door open function.
Cool. Yeah, and Doug was suggesting that we do as we had arrived to is like break it down by door status. I'm hoping that's what you meant, Doug. Feel like, David, do you want to share your screen while you're doing this? I think that's something we should do. Because we're giving the audience less of a fun experience. I gotta drop the share.
Go over to share screen.
Oh, there it is. Stop share.
Share screen. Then I guess you are sharing your screen.
Yeah, you're.
So I think I'm sharing my screen.
You're all good, man. So.
All right.
There we are.
So I've got a function there that I think is kind of minimal, and I don't know if that compiles or
okay.
not.
You got a syntax. We have. Go ahead and type integer space door, or maybe it's int. It looks like int worked, but you're doing Swift right now, so you got to put the.
I got to do
okay,
what?
so in front of door you got to put
way?
int, and then just a space, and then get rid of the colon. And then, I don't know if it's func or not. I forgot. So you might be right on that one. It's public void. It's just like Java. What am I doing? Yes, I just got to write public void and then something.
Okay. Hallway here. Inside my hallway, I want a public void is door open int door friends. I'm gonna
a semicolon on your return.
Oh. That is so cruel.
I hear you.
Cruel.
We can't expect people to have been minimalist in the 2000 and it's about 2000 when .NET came out.
Int could not be found, so it's not
I would type in
going to
integer
allow
then.
int.
Try that. Integer. Yeah, you have an extra R in there.
Is that spelled right?
Yeah, fix that. You have an extra R. Am I crazy? Is it integer or is it? Yeah, that's how I think it is.
I don't know. I can't spell it. I spell it INT.
All right, fine. I have to look it up now.
Be found. We might need to import.
Int. It's lowercase int right there on answer. See on Hiker?
Oh, an answer. INT.
Yeah.
Lowercase. Thank you.
And it's got to be purple. We got to watch for the purple text for primitives.
All right. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Return cannot be found.
We have it declared as void, so change your is door to be a Boolean, and now we'll have to figure out how to spell Boolean in .NET language. It looks like you got it. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure because it text highlighted it. The color turned purple.
Okay, and now I'm gonna return false instead of 0.
Okay. Capital F. Pretty sure. Yeah, there. You know what?
Capital F, lowercase
I'm probably
I.
wrong. I think I'm getting confused between what color it's supposed to be. So my apologies. You probably had it right the other time. This is like a lot of work I got to, but it's not highlighting it. So why is that? Okay, now this is in hallway test because I wrote a capital F in there. So if you go to hallway test, there on line 10, yeah, lowercase that. Yeah, it should color that purple since it's a keyword, but it doesn't. I don't think the keyword functionality is perfect. All right, test pass.
Hey, we went back to green. All right, look at that. 7 yellows in a row.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so we've got a green. So it's passing. I didn't expect it to actually pass. I expected it to fail.
So
I want to test this thing.
yeah, David wants to make sure the test actually functions correctly, so it's good to see it, can see the difference to see the state transition from red to green. And we hadn't seen it, so he's going to, so we did that.
There's the red ball that I was expecting. And with doing very little code, I get a passing test by returning false. So, okay. But the
go ahead.
The thing was you go by and toggle all the doors, so now we need a toggle on that hallway.
Yeah,
right?
so basically right now, David, we have to think about the next logical move. So we could pick a harder test or an easier test based on what we do now. I would suggest that we don't worry about toggle yet till we get our data structure in place, and we need the next simplest test to do that. Oh, you know what? Toggle could work though, so never mind. Let's do it.
All right. So I'm driving. You want to take over?
Sure. Let's see here. I will grab the share. Shazam. And so I have to refresh. And there we are. All right, cool. So hallway test. So we're going to do a toggle. So our goal, folks, for TDD is we want to grow the code. Right now the code is, we've got an interface, we've done some design work. Now we're going to have to think of ways to grow our data structure, which, we don't have really a data structure yet. So, but we can do that by adding a test. Toggle. Now, I'll just say traditionally I would always add onto the door status, but thinking about it, it doesn't really matter right now. I think this strategy will work equally as well. It will take a few more keyboard presses. Are equal, and a toggle. So our initial state is the door is closed. And so after we call toggle, I expect it to be open. So first of all, I got to set up the situation. Hallway dot toggle.
You need a new hallway in the first line.
Yeah. Thank you. And true. I know I got hallway spelt wrong over there. Is door open? And what do you think? Does that look right now? Does the test look correct?
Yeah. So run them and see if.
We should get a yellow. Oh. Yeah,
Yellow.
doesn't contain a definition for toggle.
Toggle doesn't exist.
And
okay, great.
Go into hallway. Okay, so this one is going to be a void.
A void, yeah.
All right, that should make it compile. And the result of this, hey David, hey folks, I'm going to show you a feature which you will probably live to regret using. It turns out in Cyber-Dojo, they allow gambling. So there's this prediction functionality.
Oh, yeah?
Now, notice this message, auto revert if wrong. If we guess wrong, it takes away your code. So you have to write it all over again. So you get a little bit of a slap in the face if you get it wrong. Yes.
Really?
So, David, let's gamble a little bit here. What color should the test be when I run it?
I think it should be red.
So we agree. So if there's no syntax errors, our gamble will pay off.
The question is, will it be amber for cannot compile?
Yeah. No, but you got to put the stakes down now, folks. So here we go.
Yeah.
We're going to pick red, and if we fail, there's a cost.
Okay.
All right, it was red. So it should keep our
red.
code change.
Do we get more chips on
Yeah,
the
well,
table?
we got to keep our change in there. We don't have to rewrite the code. It didn't revert our change. So let's see here. Everything looks gray here. I'm just, yeah, dispose runner. Oh, I don't have to read that. Expected true, but was false. All right, cool. Hallway test toggle. All right, cool. So we'll turn that off for now.
Wow, I hadn't used that feature
Yeah,
before.
this is a tool to teach developers
Nice.
to overcome their own biases. You get that overly assertive
Yeah.
person, you get them on this,
Yeah.
when they have to rewrite their code 3 or 4 times, they'll realize, wait a minute, I'm not as good at guessing as I thought I was.
I know the guy this would have been perfect for.
Are we thinking of the same guy?
No, no, we're not. But
He
you
was
don't
really
know
smart
this guy.
though.
But, oh my
but I don't
God!
know if I think he was smart enough to avoid this one, the one I'm thinking of. No, he was very assertive. He loved to be assertive. So I don't know. Okay, toggle in. Okay, we have to implement toggle. All right, how do we implement this, man? What would you suggest?
Let's see. We don't have a data structure there,
No.
do we? We just have the implicit one door. We could return true right here, and then
Oh wait, there's no return
passing.
true though. How do I return true?
Why is it?
This is a void.
Return
Toggle is
true?
only toggling.
Oh.
No, we really need
foil.
a data structure of some kind. Even if we do a cheater one, it still needs.
Okay. All right. So add an int into your class and keep an int of call it a door.
But it's supposed to be a Boolean.
Is it an int or a boolean
Yeah,
called
yeah.
door? Yeah, a boolean. Yeah. And then let me see. I guess we would refactor the other one. We'll take door and return it.
So, oops. You get to do this in Chinese now. Congratulations. Okay, so door, and what's our initial state on door?
I think it's
told us
false.
false.
Yeah.
So,
let's set the false.
and then toggle will do what?
It will take door and toggle it. Let's see if door has a toggle method.
Yeah, we don't. I think we have to keep it explicit unless we're going to look up online about Booleans. Because remember, this doesn't really have IntelliSense. So
Okay.
I'm going to say, let's just do this. Door. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we can do it in a trinary operator. All right, here we are. A return. All right, let's see here. Door. If door is true, it will
Return
set
false.
to. Oh, we're not returning though. We're not returning.
Oh, you got
Door equals.
you gotta
See if anybody on chat has already told us. No. And so door is equal to. If door is true, it returns a false. And I think I need a question mark. The syntax of this I just never really remember. If door is true, return a
Okay, yeah,
false.
and then
Otherwise,
false.
return true.
True.
Okay, so probably that's the right syntax. Do you want to gamble, David?
That's setting it. No, I'm going to say that first of all, you have your test isn't testing.
Good. I think I know where you're going. Nice.
The test is assuming that toggle.
Yeah, you're right. I know what you're saying. You're saying I wrote too much code because I didn't test that much.
Well,
No?
I wasn't saying that, but you could imply that. But no, I wasn't saying that. I might have been jumping ahead, but okay. So door equals true, yeah, and then let's see what happens when we run that test. I'm going to.
You
bet-
are? You want to predict this?
I'm going to predict that the test goes red.
You know, of course, if you get this wrong, David, we have to write that code in there again. Not that it was a lot, but. All right.
Yeah, you can do
David's
a
putting it
copy and
down.
paste before you
He's
hit run.
got the big boy pants on. Here we go. Copy paste. Oh, we had an implicit
convert type int to bool.
into
It's a yellow.
Boolean.
We lost it.
Why did we get an int in there? We got an int in there somehow. And that was in hallway, right? Now, why does it look like I have all my code? Oh, this is why. Okay. So we got overlap. We got overlapping terms here. Okay, so the integer, what should that parameter be called?
That should
Door
be,
number.
Room number.
Okay.
Or door number.
I like room number's more sensible. It's better English.
I'm thinking of a red roof inn.
We didn't lose our change. I don't know why, David. Maybe because of the compiler. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe on yellow you push. It's a house rules. That's a push.
All right, you ready you want to gamble this one again?
Oh, that would. Okay, wait a minute. No. What are we doing with those
Nothing.
ints? We're doing nothing with those ints. Why are they there?
Because we knew we were going to send a message at some point in time, so we stuck them in there.
Okay.
Yes, we wrote a little bit too much code, but I think I would be more
Okay.
trouble to take them away.
I think this one will pass.
All right, he's going green. You remember a moment ago, I think
yeah.
you just bet it would be red.
Yeah. And now I'm betting it's going to
I
be.
don't think that makes sense, but we'll see. It passed. Hey, you're a good gambler.
I don't think we're testing what we think we're
I
testing.
think we totally are, man. I have faith in our tests. So our test says if we, at position 0, door number 0, we toggle it, and it should come back true. Which if the initial state is false, that's all correct. Well, okay,
Well-
what would you change in the code, or what do you want to change to prove that you're testing what you think you're testing?
So
I mean, I agree. We could take out these integers for a moment, but we're going to put them in, like, I think in the
Yeah.
next test.
right. So is door called the second time returns true? That's weird to me.
I don't understand.
Well, is door, there's a possibility that these are run in order, and door status is run first, and then toggle is
That breaks
run?
the contract with end unit. End unit would not, every time, because we're creating a new hallway each time, we have a fresh new hallway. And,
Okay.
and your tests, the order,
Are
the
independent
order
now.
is, let me try to, what else can I say about that? So the state's independent so far, though we can design it so it isn't. The order is unknown by end unit, by contract. They don't want you to know the order. But honestly,
Okay. So it's random.
I feel like people used to stick numbers in front of their test names because that's how you could create order, but you're not supposed to do
yeah?
that. I'm pretty happy with this. I think we're good. So what's the next test we write? We have 1 minute. I guess we either close the show or we write another test and then close the show.
Write another test. You know what it is. Write your next test. What are you going to write?
This. We want to toggle twice.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that will fail. Oh man, I'm gonna have to start refactoring this code so I don't have to write all this over again. Hallway, semicolon, semicolons. All right, toggle once. Oh yeah, in .NET, I think we're supposed to have capital. We broke our naming convention there because we have lowercase. It's the one difference from Java. One of the differences of Java.
I don't know what
So
you're talking about.
we should have made this a capital T toggle, but we'll get to that later.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that's the naming convention in .NET. So now it should
That's
be,
new and
right?
false. Yeah, that's what we hope will happen.
Yeah, I don't think this test will pass though, because we didn't implement the toggle functionality. Oops. Wow. Semicolon. Get over.
Yeah, we just passed back to hard-coded true, right? So we expect a red on this one.
Yes.
And we're willing to bet the farm. Click that button and bet the farm, baby.
Wow, you're a wild man. Wow, you mean, what about this? I could have multiple bets? What's going on here?
How about
That
that?
can't be a very good idea.
That, yeah. All right, what happened? We got a gray ball.
I think it's pointing at a yellow hallway test.cs.
Oh, it reverted. That's probably the reversion symbol.
It passed? Get out of here. Number of test workers, 2.
3 passed. It passed. And then it reverted our code because we were
We were so arrogant.
too big for our own britches. Yeah. No.
Oh,
Hallway.
I was really
test,
freaked. I was
not
like, what?
like-
Okay. So, oh my God. All right. So it's,
Oh, and it reverted the test code.
well, that's all we
too.
changed. It should revert the last thing you changed, which was the test. I can't believe that one passed. How is this possible? We accidentally, all right, we create a new hallway, door 0 is closed. Except we toggle it right here. So now it's open. Oh, then we toggled again and it's closed.
Oh, you-
So this should have been false.
Supposed to toggle
Did I
twice.
not do that right? Maybe I screwed up this.
You-
Doug, did we mess this up,
Well-
man?
We'll have to look at the instant replay.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, we can.
It had 2 toggles. in
So
there,
that's
yeah.
false here, toggle one's true, toggle again is false. Oh, yeah. And so it passed.
Oh.
So my point was, what was my point for writing that test?
Well, your point was to make us actually implement a data structure, which
Well, we have a tiny bit of
we
one.
have one.
But,
We have one,
but,
yeah.
not a, but I didn't think we implemented toggle to actually toggle.
I didn't think we had a toggle function.
Oh, but maybe it's stuck on true. Oh, that's the trick. We were stuck on true. Remember, we hard-coded it to something. If we didn't, we must have hard-coded it to
We
true.
stuck it on true.
So I have to toggle
Yeah.
3 times now. All right, how do I,
And
oh, resume. And, all right, toggle. All right, so this one should be,
semicolon.
ooh, yeah. This one should be, so we already have this case here, and it sets it to true.
Toggle
So
twice.
we toggle it again.
Put the twice in the toggle function name.
And it should be false, right? I don't think I have to toggle it 3 times. Oh yeah, toggle twice. Sorry.
There you go. It was true when we toggled once. It should be false if we
Yeah.
actually physically could
Yeah, yeah.
toggle.
I'm not going to bet anymore. That world of arrogance, I'm going to back off
Okay.
on that one.
All right. I like that function.
Yeah, it's too bad it doesn't deduct from your PayPal account.
Enter your PayPal
Yeah,
credit
no, I
card.
think it should be betting between developers. Okay, so
All right, we got a fail.
which is what we wanted. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yep. Sweet. So resume. Now, how do we get it to pass? Is we have to implement toggle completely now. That goes back to the funny looking trinary operator.
Yeah.
And I believe it's question mark saying like, hey, what are you, room number? And then the first statement is, if it's true, it should return false. And if it's false, it should
Yeah.
return true. And then the parentheses got to go in some weird place, and I've kind of forgotten where. So let's just see if that compiles.
Yeah, and that should change the door.
Should be a...
And then the thing that I was keying on was, okay, that changes door, and then we call is door open again. Okay, that seems like it's going to work now.
I'm not going to bet. I'm leaving that life of away for a good couple minutes.
Oh, implicit.
Right. Oh, that's the
get
problem,
to
is that I
blue.
probably am not writing the code properly because I don't remember the syntax. Come here, hallway. Oh, I'm here. So is it da-da-da-da? Is it a parenthesis here? I don't think so. I feel like...
No.
All right, I'm going to look it up.
Put a room number equal. No, room number is equal true.
Question mark colon. All right, that seems pretty close. All right, so this is the All right, wow, that's a little complicated. What am I looking at here? All right, Microsoft Docs. So it says
20 question mark cold return perfect otherwise.
I guess I don't need parentheses. Is that what it's trying to tell me? I'm not sure about this operator. I forgot what that one is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It says it's colon. It's question mark colon. All right, so maybe we have a different problem then.
Why don't you simplify this to just if statements?
Oh, because I'm trying to be fancy and I'm
caveman
part of the
programming.
coding dojo is I'm trying to get warmed up to .NET coding again. As soon as I figure out where my window is. What have I done? It should be in this one. Oh, don't tell me I can't find my window.
Go over one more. No, it was one over from that one. It's the QLJ ends with the J.
I really love the Flavicon, but this is not.
Yeah, that's lame.
Okay. So it says room number is a what type?
Int. Room number is an
that's
int,
wrong.
and you're
Yeah. That's the problem. There. Now we have Booleans being treated like Booleans again.
and we're not using the
Yeah,
int
no.
yet.
Because we would have had to write different set of TDD paths. We would have had to not do toggle, but go the other route and try and do multiples.
Okay. It seems like maybe you've done this door problem
I have
before.
not. This is my first
Oh,
go at
okay.
it. I
You
just
were
picked
just
one that I didn't know
predicting
because
that
I wanted
there's
to like
another
suffer a
path.
little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Got a
bar.
green bar. It's time to write a new
Yeah.
test.
Well, it is.
Or
it's,
is
it's after 4, so
episode-
we should probably call it. And you want to? So, folks, if you enjoyed this experience of trying Cyber-Dojo, come back on Thursday, same time, and we'll do it again. We'll go right into the dojo part rather than the Cyber-Dojo part. So you got your intro to Cyber-Dojo. If you have any questions or suggestions, go ahead and drop them into the chat. And the chat, I believe, will persist in YouTube and in LinkedIn either way. So even asynchronously later, if you come up with an idea, drop it in the chat.
Does Cyber-Dojo save this thing off into the cloud and restore it when we come
Yes,
back?
I don't remember how long,
We have
but
okay. We have
I
to
have to
remember
Google it.
our special keys
Yeah.
though. Our QL18K Juliet.
and they are in our chat messages as well. So they're persisted in our LinkedIn and our YouTube, and then I have it on my note right there.
All right. This was
Yeah.
fun. Learned
Interesting
something new.
tool. So David, there's a
C#.
Swift in here as well. Let me see here. I can go back to homepage. So I should be able to do that. So if you create a new practice, like, hey, I want to do a new thing, you pick something on the list, whatever that one is, hit next. And here's all the languages. And you will see a
Chock-a-block's full
Where's the
with
S's?
languages.
There it is. Apparently there's a test.
I've never heard of a swordfish.
Apparently there's a test tool. Yeah, what is it? I don't know about swordfish either. Swordfish tests.
Yeah. Never heard of it. I'd go to XC test.
Yeah, me too, until I learn there's a reason to struggle with a new one. Yeah, at least that one I can understand better. Cool, yeah, so if you want to pick up a new programming language, they're all in there. In fact, there ought to be like for the really Uber developers, there should just be a random pick an ID environment for you, and then boom!
Throws you into it. You don't know what language it is. You have to figure it out.
Bash! Oh my God!
Yeah, that would be fun.
Anything else you wanted to add before we close the show?
Nope, this was
right.
fun. See you on Thursday.
See you, folks. Cheers. Oh,
get to riding
we
on
don't
that
get to
book.
X out now, David. What do we
on that
do?
book.
Yeah, we'll do this.
I
Okay, good idea.
emoji.
All right, cheers, David.